So when I don't know, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna add any more Thomas content into this. As much as I want to see them add more characters, like the rest of the Steam team, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, and Emily, we will. As much as I want them to add those characters into this, I don't think that's gonna happen. The only other thing I could see them adding is like some sort of Christmas holiday special show story to this game. That's the only other thing I could see them doing. But who knows? I mean, it would be pretty cool. I would definitely like to see that.
Oh, there's another gift up ahead. I wonder how they ended up on the side of the track.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Santa Claus was just trying to drop gifts in some of the houses, like maybe that neighborhood over there, but he missed through some of the. He was off by quite a bit for some of his throws. But of course, I'm speaking as like he just doesn't go down the chimney anymore. He just flies over the towns and just cities and just throws the gifts down. Well. Or it could be that he is the S1 and all the elves deliver the gifts. Of course, I'm referring to like the 2011 movie Art for Christmas. Which pretty good movie. I'll definitely have to watch that for Christmas this year. Because I think I skipped it the past 2 years. Then, yeah, it's kind of a shame that movie didn't get a sequel, but you know that's okay because not every movie needs a sequel. That movie told a complete story, and I don't think we would need a sequel to it, honestly. But I wouldn't be opposed to the idea. Because obviously, yeah, not everything needs a sequel. Like the 2000 movie Dinosaur, or by Disney. I don't think that movie needs a sequel either, because well, it told a complete story and it ended pretty satisfyingly, and yeah, and plus, it's been over 25 years since that movie came out, so yeah, over 25 years, and I don't see them doing that sequel. But it is Disney after all, so you never know. I mean, after all, for several of those earlier movies, they made sequels to them like decades later, like Bambi, Cinderella, Peter Pan. I think of other ones. So Lady and the Tramp, yeah, etc. So yeah, it's definitely kind of crazy on how the gap between those original movies and those sequels are very large. We had several decades to really get an entire new cast, has entirely different people working on it, and better animation overall. But of course, like when you get to like I guess like the 80s and 90s, well, mostly the 90s, like the early 2000s, wrong side. Everyone get out on the side.
There's the station master. Can you give them the gifts we collected, please? Thanks for finding these, Thomas. You really are a useful engine.
Of course, we're not done yet, because we do get another stop to go here. Jeez, at the rate we're going at this here, I might just have to split this up into the 2 videos here, instead of it being one long one. But who knows? If we go for like another few, if this goes longer than 5 more minutes, then I'll split it up into 2 and go a little further. Plus, this way I can play a little catch up. Because, kind of wonder, because it'll be at a point where I probably won't be making videos for a little while.
Look, there's another gift at the side of the line.
But who knows? I mean, I really don't know at this point, honestly. But I'm not wanting to go into it. I mean, like, there's like other ideas how they could introduce more Thomas characters into this. I think it'd be cool to have like a nighttime story here where Percy's delivering the mail along these tracks here, and maybe even find some random sacks of bags of letters on the ground here, and yeah, here, kind of like this here in a way. I think that'd be pretty cool. An idea for Percy. Yeah, that's definitely one idea you could do. Of course, yeah, earlier I mentioned Mr. Perkins. Yeah, he's one of the first person at the station. Didn't really look like it, but also, yeah, here's the whole map. And we're chugging along this way, and it doesn't look like a long one, but it is pretty long, straight here. Yeah, but it doesn't really look that long when you just zoomed in.
Look, there's another gift up ahead. Let's stop and collect it.
Yeah, indeed, we're gonna go collect it. Could see them adding like another little story to this, like adding like maybe James or Edward or even Emily, well, you have to collect like coal and like or something like that, and for station and drop them off at stations and so on the side. And sure, the boxes are different, but you think they could go out of the way and
I'm going to make us even later.
think they could go out of the way and try to change the wrapping of them a little bit.
Some lost time before we reach the next station.
Like maybe have them, some of them in green with a red stripe, red ribbons on them. Be like a nice reference, or even red wrapping paper and black ribbons to kind of represent James. Right. And it's probably not that hard for them to do, really. But, oh well. Of course, yeah, this game is out on, like, PlayStation 5 as well as PC, but of course I'm playing this on the Xbox Series X. And it's not on Switch, and not on Switch 2. And, well, but I don't know if the Switch 2 could run this game, but it might. And if I remember correctly, I think this was the last mission I did before I ended my live stream of this. But I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look and see. Oh god, I should have braked earlier. Coming in a little too fast here. Okay. Well, still managed to come in just fine. Nope. Open the doors. All the passengers out, and then long doors.
But Mr. Peters wasn't cross. He was pleased. Ah, Thomas, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to tell you that I've spoken with the station masters, and they've all told me what a great job you've been doing. Thomas was very relieved. Thank you, sir, he said. I'm just glad to help. You've certainly proved yourself to be a really helpful engine by finding all the missing gifts, continued Mr. Peters. Don't worry, I'll see to it that they arrive in time for the party tonight. In the meantime, why don't you rest here for a while? I'm sure the passengers won't mind. Oh, yes, a short rest would be nice. Thank you, sir. That settles it then, smiled Mr. Peters. Before you arrived, I was telling the station master about a big fireworks display we're having tonight to celebrate your visit. The fireworks have been loaded into some trucks that are waiting at Willerton Station. Do you think you could collect them and take them to the display ground later on? Yes, sir, puffed Thomas proudly. A fireworks display sounds wonderful, and all those loud noises and bright colours will be marvellous for the celebration. I can't wait. Mr. Peters laughed. I'm glad you're looking forward to it, he said. We still have lots to do before we're ready for the party to begin, so I'll see you later, Thomas. And with that, Mr. Peters headed off to make preparations for the event, and Thomas waited at the platform, enjoying his rest.
You think Thomas would pull into a siding? But oh well. And yeah, we'll keep going a little bit. Yeah, more here. Maybe do this one and then call it. But if it goes by quick, then we'll do another one.
A problem to solve. A short while later, Thomas had finished resting and was approaching Willerton Station. He was still thinking about the fireworks display that was taking place that evening. Suddenly, as Thomas rounded the bend, he saw that the tracks at the station were blocked by trucks. Bother! Now I'm sure to be late. Then Thomas noticed something. The trucks that were blocking both platforms were the fireworks train that Mr. Peters had sent him to collect. Who shunted all these trucks into the wrong places? Who would do such a thing? Thomas soon found out, as no sooner had Thomas wondered who was to blame, a familiar black shape rolled into view. Diesel? What are you doing here? Asked Thomas. Sir Topham Hatt sent me here as part of the event, Diesel bragged. This is an event to celebrate Sodor after all, and perhaps he thinks a tiny little tank engine like you can't manage on your own. Suddenly, Thomas realized why so many strange things had been happening on the railway. Diesel, it was you who moved Annie and Clarabelle into that siding and behind those trucks, and it was you who took the gifts. You've been the one causing all this trouble. Diesel just looked at Thomas and laughed. I wonder what Mr. Peters will think of you now, he jeered. Especially when he sees what a mess you've made of the fireworks train. Mr. Peters thinks I'm very useful, thank you, retorted Thomas. And once I've finished sorting out your mess, I'm going to find him and Sir Topham Hatt and tell them about all the trouble you've been causing. But Diesel just laughed. They'll have to find me first, he sneered. And he raced away as quickly as he could.
I've even noticed that Diesel had a female driver in his cab.
These trucks back into the right order. Annie, Clarabelle, I'll have to leave you here whilst I sort out this mess. Do hurry, Thomas. We don't want to keep the passengers stranded here for long.
Yeah.
I'll be as quick as I can.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Here. Everyone get out and help. Help push cars. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but... Yeah. Yeah, and, that's one thing I don't think they ever did in Thomas, is that give the engines, like, had female drivers. Or firemen. Or, I guess in that case, firewoman. But, yeah. Well, at least all the cars are like put together now, not just spread out, so that makes it easier. And brake over here. One of them was left here. And yeah, okay, that. Oh, the camera's glitched underneath here, and look, you can see the water just ending here, and yeah, we're under the map. And yeah, this can happen sometimes, where you just end up under the map, or the camera can. Yeah, and it's kind of cool looking. Oh, you go a little further. Back up. You know, I'm just gonna stay down here. Because why the hell not? You could just go back and do first person and the driver there and get back up that way. Up we go. Yeah, it's supposed to be a lake here. Yeah. Well, I guess a river, and yeah, the water doesn't go all the way; it just ends there, which is pretty funny. Now we need to back way up, then a couple of these up here. And you can even see the station wall, platform wall there. You know, just clipping through, going into the ground here, which is it's also funny. And yeah, yeah, this is fine. Just gonna do it blindfolded like that. No, just kidding. But yeah, from this angle, it's oh shoot. Up a little. I wasn't really paying attention there. On stop. Well, at least I can still see the signal from here. Okay, now signal changed. So I can go. So when this thing goes, this kind of reminds me of like, remember that my local my hospital that I went to, the children's hospital near in my downtown area, is that they had like this little bridgeway here that, and on the top of train, it had trains on like the edges of the sides of the top. Or top of the sides, I should say, and well, I remember they had a Thomas and Percy there on the top of that as well. It's quite nice, and and there. But I don't know if they still have that there or not, but who knows it. Hey, maybe I could try to go back there and see. See if they still have the note. I'm assuming they do. Because, yeah, it's always kind of like that. And shoot, I keep not paying attention to when to stop. Well, at least it doesn't count as a fail like that. Look, it's like I have a female fireman here. Cause look, there are female drivers / firemen in this game. Why couldn't there have been in Thomas? So now he's gotta run around to the front here and couple up something from the front, and I think we have to back down onto Annie and Claiborne and collect them. After that. And yeah, so thinking that we'll just in case. Thinking that we'll just finish this mission and stop up there. And yeah, cause the way we're going probably is for the best. And we just stop after this here and. Not right there. Wait for the signal to change, then we can go. Imagine seeing it change on the side. Nope, wrong way. There. Now he's back down onto the train and ram, give them a nice ram. One biff, one crash, and there was always a crash. But yeah, let's slow down here and coast to a stop into them.
We did it! The fireworks train is all sorted and ready to be taken to the party. Let's get these tracks coupled up to Annie and Clarabelle.
And yeah, indeed. Push this train over here. And there'll be a pretty long train going here. Yeah, 9 cars here. And then there'll be 2 coaches, so it'll be an 11-car train. Plus, did we really need to park them way out here? So shoot. Okay. Thank God. I thought they were gonna derail though. And all the passengers would be like, fuck! Look at that. That's kidding though. But yeah, something we don't really see in the show too much is characters really pulling like really long trains, because in real life trains the engines pull like pretty long trains that are about 100 cars long. I mean, I get why for like the model series, because I don't know, the props probably wouldn't be strong enough to pull all of them there, unless they somehow fit into their model and disguise one the motor for like to run the train inside one of the cars here to help. So, but CGI, that limitation is lifted, but yeah, sort of played with that idea a little bit of like in Philip to the rescue when James tried to pull a very long heavy train, but yeah, it's a little too heavy for him.
Thomas managed to get the fireworks train all sorted and ready for people in. But he was still thinking about Diesel. We must find Diesel before he causes any more confusion in the air. But I wonder where he went.
And yeah, and to finish what I was saying, yeah, and in all engines go, they kind of just play with the idea that small engines aren't very strong. Well, for some of them that is. And yeah, there we go. Oh, cleared another good chunk of. Yeah, cleared another good chunk of that stuff there. Yeah, so we only have just 2 left. Yeah, just 2 left, and then we can go on to the 80th anniversary here. So yeah, that'll be it for this episode. So next time on Train Sims World 5, Thomas and Friends, we shall finish up this story here and then start on the 80th anniversary one. So see you all next time.